Gaze into the eyes of the mystical Green Mother, Green Tara, whose sacred stone is the magical Jade Stone. Hey Tubies, it's Lord Ision. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. Today we've got a special treat for you. We're going to talk about one of my favorite gems. And the gemstone is called Jade. What is this mysterious stone? Come and find out. Behold my mystical Jade Buddha. Hey Tubies, this is one of my favorite pendants I'm wearing today. And this is a Buddha made of solid jade. This is the big, happy, laughing Buddha. You can see him with his big stomach and his big smile. I'll put a picture up here of this Buddha. This is known in Chinese as Budai, or in Japanese and Shinto, he's called Hote. Let me put a picture up here for you. In the East, the Buddha, the happy laughing Buddha, is considered a sign of blessing, of peace, happiness, contentment, and prosperity. And I just love this pin. I've had it for about 10 years, and it's all solid jade. Now what's interesting is on camera this is showing up more of an apple green, but in person it's more of a bluer green. It's closer to emerald, but for some reason my camera is capturing it more as apple green. It's actually a little bluer of a green, a little darker than it shows up here. But you can see it's a kind of a beautiful translucent jade. And this is set in white gold, and I just love it. I'm just a big fan of this pendant. And I'm a big believer in the Happy Buddha. But I'm also a great believer in the magic of the gemstone of jade. For those of you who practice Wicca, you know that many witches have a magical stone. A lot of witches carry sapphires, some carry rubies. My magical stone happens to be jade. And I've been collecting jade for a number of years, and I thought I would show you today some of my jade collection. So let's take a look. Now jade is a stone that is found predominantly in the East, China, Japan, Burma. And it's a beautiful green. It's traditionally green or white. Now it can be actually any color. There's brown jade, black jade, white jade, and green jade, and orange jade. There's different types of jade. But the most famous and treasured are the green and white variety. This is a pendant that I have that is very unique. This is actually the Chinese goddess Matsu, which is the goddess of the sea. It's believed she's a form of goddess Kuan Yin. And you guys know I love Kuan Yin. So there is Matsu, and this is done actually in, I think this one's Burmese jade. Burmese jade is usually a little grayer, slightly grayish tint under the green. It makes it very distinct, you see, from other types of jade. So this is a Burmese jade, Matsu, goddess of the sea. I also have here, as I said, it comes in white varieties, and these are my two white pieces. This is another Happy Buddha, Hote or Budai, laughing Buddha, big jolly man. And this is done in pure white jade. And as you can see, it's got a beautiful gloss to it. The really fine jades, polish up nicely and are very translucent. And so this is my white jade Buddha. And I've shown this to you guys before. Some of you have been here. This is a white jade Kuan Yin. And again, you can look at the back. Whenever you buy jade, look at all sides of it to make sure there are no flaws or imperfections. I mean, all natural stones have some imperfections, but overall, if it's a good quality piece and cut well, it should be very reflective and translucent. And so this is my standing jade Kuan Yin, and she's standing like on a lotus flower with the wind blowing through her robes. Just lovely. So these are my two major white pieces. It's hard to find white jade. White jade is actually a little rarer than green jade, and to find it in a clear, bright white like this is very rare. So if you ever see a piece of white jade that you're drawn to, buy it. Okay. Now, in the East, jade is considered a magical stone. Just like we of the West have our magical stones, so is jade. By the way, this is another jade piece. This is a Buddha, a laughing Buddha, happy Buddha. And this is done in white and green. Jade runs in veins, kind of like gold or silver, and it has green to white, and it'll blend colors throughout the vein. So to find a whole vein of pure white is actually rather rare. Most jade, even the white jade, has some green in it. So that's why when I found this Kuan Yin in pure white, I had to have it. You know, it's like it's so rare to get a piece that size. Now let me tell you, jade can run the price gamut of really affordable to really expensive. And I'll tell you, with jade, you get what you pay for. So as I was saying, with jade, you get what you pay for. Now, you can actually get some really nice jade for not a lot of money. These smaller pendants for me, now this jade, white jade, was more expensive. I think that was about $20. But these little ones were less expensive. And they're set in silver. This one's actually sterling silver with white gold plating. And this one is also set in sterling silver with white gold. And I think I got these for about 18, maybe 20 a piece. I think these are about 20 a piece. This one was a little more, about 25. So, you know, they're not cheap, but still you can get nice quality stuff within a reasonable price. You know, I think if you get real good jade for under $100, you're doing pretty good. So most of my pieces here are all rather inexpensive. I didn't pay a lot for them. Now, this is another piece. I was talking about Burmese jade. It has a very distinct kind of grayish green. You can see the different shades here. This green is a little slightly bluer and grayer than, say, for example, that green. So you can see the kind of the difference. So this is a Burmese jade, and just beautiful. Another laughing Buddha. And this also, you can see, has a beautiful translucent quality to it. Jade should have kind of, oops, I'm dropping it, a luminosity. When you hold it up to light, it kind of glows. It's luminous. That's a sign of good jade. Now, some jade can be solid and opaque, which means that light doesn't really come through. Here's one of my other jade pieces that's much more solid, and it's a darker green. Just as lovely, though. Still, it's got a beautiful gloss, really well cut. When you look at jade and you buy pieces, you want to buy pieces that really speak to you. And if you're using jade for magical purposes, you want to really make sure you resonate with it. So don't just buy anything. Buy really what you really are inspired by, because it'll last a lifetime, and it's worth the money that you pay, you know. You know, in the East, jade is so highly prized. It's like the equivalent of diamonds in the United States. I'd say in Asia, honestly, that jade is valued probably equal or more than diamonds, really. So if you want to really impress somebody in the Eastern countries, you know, give them a piece of jade. That will cement your friendship forever. Okay, so here's one of my other recent purchases, Kuan Yin. It's set in gold with little crystals. Just beautiful. She's sitting, it's hard to see her on camera, she's sitting cross-legged like Buddhist meditation style and holding her little vase of holy water. She's got a halo around her head. Just beautiful, you know. And so, as I said, this is, for me, is a magical stone, because I think that when I connect to jade, it connects me to the earth mother energy. It connects me to the goddess energy. It also connects me to the Buddha, because the Buddha loved jade. And so Jade Buddhas are treasured by me. I have some more Jade Buddha statues, but they're stored away. I can't get to them today easily. Here's a lovely little piece. I don't think I paid more than about $8 for this. It's not the highest quality jade, but it's cute. And it's carved with little clouds and flames. So it's like the nimbus, the halo around the Buddha. Isn't that great? This, you can see, it's a little spotty. It's not purely deep green, but it's not the gray squad, but it is real jade nonetheless. You know, as I said, jade, like anything, runs quality from top quality. For example, this is a kind of a cheap jade, whereas this piece next to it was much more expensive. I think I paid like, this one actually was rather expensive. I think I paid about $45 or $50 for that piece, whereas this piece was like $8. And when you really hold them up, you can see the difference. But, you know, if you love jade, you love jade. It doesn't really matter that much, you know. And this is one of my other treasured Kuan Yin pieces. This is another piece of emerald jade. Jade, the finest jade, is, as I said, translucent, almost clear at times, and they call it emerald jade. Now again, this one on camera is showing up more of a yellow green, but in person it's a little closer to a bluer green in person. I just don't know why the camera bends the light. But you can see this is almost glass-like. And the finest jade really has a glass-like quality to it. As you see, like this Burmese Jade Buddha almost looks glass-like, doesn't it? It's polished and it's clear luminescence. And so that's, these two are much finer quality jade pieces. As I said, jade is valued in the East as much as diamonds are in the West. Here's another Buddha of mine. This is in a dark kind of brownish green jade, which I think is also lovely. Now most of my jade is in jewelry, so this is the Jade Emperor. Had to have the Jade Emperor, and he's on a beautiful jade disc, you'll see. And then there's this picture of him standing in his emperor clothing, the wind blowing. It's just beautiful. And the Buddha is throughout Asian jade. This is an antique jade from the 1950s, and it's a little fat laughing Hote Buddha. And Buddha, let me show you that here. I got another statue. Now this is not real jade, but back in the 1950s and 60s, it was common to buy fake jade statues because jade's so expensive. But this is made to look like jade. Now it actually looks very much like real jade, but this is from the 1950s. It's the laughing Buddha, the big happy Buddha. You're supposed to rub his belly for good luck. He's considered in Shinto the god of prosperity and happiness. So this Buddha, the fat Buddha, different Buddhas, but the happy fat Buddha, laughing, so he's smiling all the time, big grin. He is known as, he's worshipped in Shinto, in Buddhism, and in Taoism. So this is a god that basically is found in all the three major religions of these, Buddhism, Shintoism, and Taoism. And I just love that. So if if you want jade in your house, but you can't afford real jade, you can buy fake jade and ask for the Buddha's blessing to be on it. And the Buddha and the beings, the Hote, the god of blessings, will come to you in any form. But in the East, many people put a jade Buddha in their house for blessings and protection. Here's another little Kuan Yin this is a little statue. This is actually not jade, it's fake jade. But it looks like real jade. It's really beautiful. It looks like actual stone. And that's Kuan Yin sitting with her vase of mystical healing waters and blessing. Now, over in Thailand, jade is also valued. As I said, all the countries of these South, Asia, China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Thailand. In Thailand, they have a Buddha called the Emerald Buddha. And it's believed that this Buddha is a giant jade Buddha. Well, it's not that big. It's about 3 feet high, which, for a solid piece of jade, that's a lot. But as I said, the finest jade is almost glass-like. And this is a replica of the Emerald Buddha that's found in Thailand. But for many years, the experts didn't know if the Buddha was made of actual emerald or if he was jade, because for the Asian community, the finest jade looks, non-differential from emerald. So emerald and jade almost look like the same stone at the high end of the quality. And I don't think they ever did say what the Buddha was. I think it's actually made of jade, but they used to say it was emerald, but I think the scientists studied the Buddha and said it's actually a type of jade, but high quality jade at that. Okay, now of course I love the big laughing Buddha, and this is a wall plaque that I have that has an inset medallion in jade, and you can see him sitting there smiling and laughing with his big belly. And his halo of flame, his power, his spiritual power. So this again is another Buddha. And I also keep a giant jade ball in my house. This is real jade. This might be Burmese jade because it has a grayish tint. But this is actually a giant, it's heavy, jade ball that I have for good luck. So as you can see, Psychic Bob loves his jade. Now, just real quick, some deities that are associated with the magical jade stone. One is the goddess Green Tara. She's a Tibetan goddess who's similar to Kuan Yin. She's kind of like the equivalent of Kuan Yin. She's a mother goddess. She's an earth mother. In her color, she literally has green skin. All the mystics who have seen her and had encounters with her describe her in this manner, a beautiful young lady of glowing green. The stone jade is believed to be associated with her. In fact, you can find jade green Tara pendants as well. I need to get one. I don't have that. They also make green Tara jade statues, which I don't have either. But that's a goddess you might want to explore. If you love jade and want to work with that earth mother energy, you could have support wearing green jade and worshiping green Tara. Also, as I said, over here is another picture I have of Kuan Yin, one of my favorite Chinese goddesses, the goddess of compassion and mercy. And this is a tapestry I have of her. And Kuan Yin jade is her stone as well. So as you remember here, let me see, this is my pendant, one of my green jade Kuan Yin pendants. So that's the goddess and the wall. That's who's shown in this pendant here. I wish I had better focus, but you'd get more detail. But anyways, you can get an idea. That's her sitting and that's her standing. So she's standing. She's the powerful, powerful goddess. So, and also, as I said, the big laughing Buddha, Hote Buddha. This is another being, spiritual being, who is associated with green jade. So you can wear any of them in pendant form and know that their powers with you, call upon them. Okay. Now, from a metaphysical perspective, jade brings prosperity. So if you're trying to work on getting a new job or increase your finances, get out of debt, just improve your overall financial blessing, working with jade is a great thing. Put jade in your house, preferably in an altar that faces the north, as the north corresponds to earth energy. You can also wear jade stone or carry jade with you for good luck. Now, it doesn't have to be a Buddha or Kuan Yin. It could be just a stone, an uncarved stone, or any image that you like. They make actually crosses in jade for those of you who are Christian. I've actually seen jade Star of David pendants. So it doesn't have to be Buddhist or Shinto. I just love Buddhism and Shinto, so I collect those style of ornaments. But jade comes in every shape and form. So you could have little jade beads, that would be just as good, or jade fish pendant, or whatever symbol you like. You can wear it and carry it in jade, and you're bringing that energy of prosperity and blessing. Jade is also a healing stone, and it's particularly good for women in childbirth, to ease labor pains and to bring calm. Jade is a great stone when you're anxious. It kind of calms you down and grounds you. So, I would encourage you, try different types of jade. I think they each have a distinct vibration. So like the white jade carries this energy, it's like very pure. It's like the white light. It's very light and very transcendent. If you're trying to do kind of like meditation to get like into like alpha state, or to try to astral project, white jade might be a good stone because it has kind of an ethereal, airy element to it. I recommend it. And if you've gone through a rough time and you're doing healing and you need purification, white jade's really good. Like I knew somebody once who came through chemotherapy and they became cancer free, but the chemotherapy, the toxins of that and the radiation just did a number on their body. And I recommended that they wear white jade, and they told me that wearing white jade made them feel refreshed and renewed. So that's my experience with white jade. And as I said, green jade can be dark as well. Like this is a brownish green. This is really good for earth energy if you want to feel secure, or if you're trying to do something like buy a house and you need tangible property in hand. Deep dark jade is really good for that. So these two are kind of my darker jades. The emerald green jade, I think, is just wonderful. It brings joy and happiness and protection. It's a very powerful stone. So any form of jade that you use, you're going to enjoy it. And if you're drawn to green and white, particularly, you might want to get some jade and just put it in your house, carry it in your car, wear it as a charm. It can be used in so many ways. You can have statues of jade, you can have jewelry of jade, you can have wall hangings of jade. So jade has a lot of forms, and I say just take your time and get to know it and have fun with it. And here I am putting my Jade Buddha back on. There he is on my necklace. Well, guys, I have had the best time here with you today, and I hope that this has been inspirational and you've learned something. And tell me in the comment box below, have you ever worn jade? Do you own any jade jewelry or jade stones? I'd love to hear about your experiences with jade. And tell me, do you like the big, fat, laughing, happy Buddha? Have you ever seen him? I love him. Anyways, we'll do more on all of this in the coming weeks because we got a lot more to show you. We're going to have more on Shinto next week. We're going to talk about the magical spirit of the dragon and working with dragons. And I'll give you a tour of my Shinto shrine as it evolves. You guys are best. Well, listen, thanks for being here. Please help me out. Like this video, favorite it, thumbs up, share with your friends, and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Well, guys, I have had such a great time being here with you today, and I hope you've enjoyed this as well. Listen, don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure to go and sign up for this weekend's Psychic Development class. This Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, I'll be teaching a live spiritual development, psychic development class on Zoom, and you don't want to miss it. Now, you do have to register. The price for the class is $30. It's going to be about 2 hours on Saturday. And we're going to study psychometry, which means how to get psychic readings through your hands, how to read objects. We're also going to continue to talk about infused knowledge, which is a spiritual gift of having instant knowing of things there's no way you could know. So many of you came out last week and said how much fun the class was and how much you got out of it. And I hope that you will continue to follow and join in each week. And if you weren't here in the previous weeks, don't worry. The class is structured so that you can come in at any time and still learn without having to do all the previous classes. So anyways, as I said, only $30. Go to my website, PsychicBob.com. Link will be below. And sign up today. Class size is limited and we're already filling up. So I hope to see you there. When you go to my website, you'll scroll down. You'll see an area that says Psychic Development Class, a header, and below that will be a PayPal button. It says $30. Click on that, enter your information, and that will be your registration. On Saturday morning, I'll send out a link to all of you that registered, and you can come in and join the classroom on Zoom. Don't worry, you don't have to have Zoom on your computer to do this or set up an account. You get invited in through my account. So I hope to see you guys there. Make sure to go register today, PsychicBob.com. Well, guys, thank you so much. I love you. Keep it here. We'll be back here tomorrow on Thursday for Vlog Thursday. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll have something fun. Just be here. Love you guys. See you then. Blessed be.